Yeah, go get your shine box. I will not get my shine box, you motherfucker, you! Tune down, welcome back to the stream. Yeah, hey, perfect, man. For my Spider-Man review, guys, I'm obligated to you. Do a scene by scene breakdown. We're only on the second episode of this. I believe I have to do, 11 or 12 now? No, 11. 11 episodes of Spider-Man Animated Series, chat. So we have 9 more ahead, which is great. I've actually been enjoying going back and watching this show. This episode in particular, I realized, this show really, you see that this had a relatively low budget. Because they repeat a lot of scenes in here, a lot of canned footage of him, web swinging around the city, where it looks kind of rough, because they have that kind of computer-generated CGI city, it doesn't actually match the animation of Spider-Man and some of the characters on screen. It's oh, man, this just has not aged well. I think there was still some fun action with this chat. There's they introduced a lot of cool characters in episodes, I said. Fucking Kingpin. I think for a lot of people, this is their version of the Kingpin growing up. Other than, Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin, which is my favorite version, obviously. This, I think, what people had in their minds of Kingpin. He has the iconic outfit, the white tuxedo, the white suit chat, the ascot, the purple ascot and everything, a little diamond button. There was something about him they just got it right here. And especially in the voice actor for Kingpin, chat, is in the episode for about, less than 2 minutes, I'd say. But he fucking brings it. You're like, who is this guy? We're going to find out a lot about him in the future. Tune down. Welcome to stream. Hope you're doing well tonight. Maybe, no, they got a lot of colors in there. They got a lot of reds and blues and purples and everything, and oranges and greens. There's no question about a lot of primary colors. But yeah, some of those CGI web swinging scenes, it's this does not look good. I hate to say this, but it's less web swinging probably the better, because it just doesn't work for that much. But chat, so hot off of the success of Spider-Man's defeat of the Lizard, help Dr. Kirk Connors, he fucked the DNA recombinator, chat. That won't be harming anybody again in the future. No siree. Spider-Man, he's just fucking surveying the city. He's just swinging around having a grand old time, chat. CGI city landscape going by him, rushing past him. But all of a sudden, he's under attack by these flying robots. He doesn't know what the fuck they are, but they're just flying right towards him, chat. And he's trying his best to avoid all of them. He's swinging all over the place, over the CGI city. He blasts up there. He notices one of these fucking things goes right by him. It's these things aren't too bad. Fucking hits a building, explodes, massive explosion. He goes, oh, fuck. These are like floating camera rockets or something. And so he goes on top of the building, chat, and he just starts, fighting these things. He's webbing them up and everything, pulling on them, slamming the buildings, getting them all confused until most of them have been defeated, chat. And he's like, who the fuck sent these after your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? And we find out, chat. Cut to who? Norman Osborn, chat. Him and his goddamn red cornrows, chat. Rocking that fade right now. We see Norman Osborn, but it's not only him. He's joined by Alistair Smythe and Spencer Smythe, chat. But we're talking specifically about the senior Smythe in the situation. Spencer Smythe. He is the creator of these robots, and he is currently working for Norman Osborn. And Norman Osborn's like, God damn it, he destroyed the robots. Spencer Smythe's like, settle down, Osborn. Settle down. All I wanted to prove to you is that my robots, my spider slayers, could find him, and they did a fantastic job. We found him in less than an hour, okay? And these are just little probe droids. They're just here to find Spider-Man. And fucking Alistair Smythe, who was in a wheelchair, he's like, yeah, stop yelling at my dad! And Osborn's like, listen, I understand, but listen. What I want is for you to capture Spider-Man, okay? He needs to be turned into the proper authorities. And if you don't, Spencer, you're not going to get that cool, badass hover chair for your son. He can't walk no more. Can't walk no more now, can he? And Osborn, he leaves the scene, chat. And Spencer's like, oh, he got to me. And Alistair's like, don't worry about it, Dad. It's like, no, I will worry about it, Alistair. I will worry about it. And they go over, they look at the chair, the hologram of the floating chairs. It was because of me. Because of the accident, the explosion, it damaged your legs. You're not able to walk. This is our chance to get this cool hover chair for you. Let me work. We're just gonna work for Osborn for a little bit, and we'll go back to making robots on our own. Alistair's like, honestly, I don't need that hover chair. That thing's fucking 10 feet wide and 12 feet long. It's very inconvenient. Just get me a fucking electric. Why didn't they just get him an electronic wheelchair, chat? Why does he need that giant bed-sized hover chair? What's the purpose? Anyway, it doesn't matter. So he's fucking, you know, he's driving on this thing. You know, he's in his wheelchair, and the dad's like, don't worry about it. We gotta get to. I feel bad about this, okay? And then who does Norman Osborn? No, actually, no. I'm ahead of myself. Not yet, chat. I can't reveal who is Norman Osborn reporting to. We can't report that just yet. So meanwhile, chat, we fucking cut to the Daily Bugle, and JJ, he's complaining. He's like, yeah, he just wants to get some pictures of Spider-Man. You know, he heard that Peter Parker, he took some pictures of Spider-Man fighting some flying probe droids from Star Wars. He's like, I just want to print those. And Robbie's like, listen, nah, we gotta throw this shindig right, man. Who's sponsoring us? Who's giving us this big old payday for the Bugle? It's the fucking Hardys, man. They're some of the richest folks in the city. So we just gotta throw this thing, and we gotta throw this little charity event at your apartment, JJ. Everything's gonna be okay. And then who walks into the room, chat? Fucking Felicia Hardy, the heiress of the Hardy fortune. Now, this is pre-Black Cat, chat. She's not Black Cat here. She's just going to college. She's a rich girl going to college, but she is her own woman. Okay, she's also operating Hardy Industries. I don't know what they fucking sell. I'm not sure. It's not said, chat. But she's there to talk to JJ to just get down to the nitty-gritty details. Meanwhile, Chad, who's outside? Fucking Peter Parker. He's turning in the pictures of Spider-Man, him fighting those probe droids. And then, you know, Hardy's like, you know what could really spice this little charity event of Jonah? Can I call you Jonah? We could use, even though it's not his fucking name. J. Jonah Jameson. I'm gonna call you by your middle name. J. Jonah Jameson. We could use a photographer. And JJ's like, I got just the best photographer for you. Except when he says that, weird thing. He puts his hands behind his back and he crosses his fingers. So I guess I guess he doesn't think Peter Parker is his best photographer, even though he obviously is, chat. Even though he obviously is his best photographer. He takes pictures of all those fucking Spider-Man, took pictures of the fucking Spider-Man lizard battle in the sewer like a day ago. Like, he is your best photographer. JJ just being a fucking dick. And so he, like, Parker, get your ass in here. And Parker walks in there, and Hardy's like, fucking have sex with me right now. Put all the babies inside of me. Because, you know, in this world, chat, every woman who sees Peter Parker just like, you are handsome, let me kiss you, until he fucks it up and ruins it. Like, everyone, man, he's built like a motherfucker, chat. This is thick, muscular Spider-Man. Hardy just wants it. She goes over, he's like, oh, you know Parker? She's like, hell yeah, I know him. We go to college together. Apparently, Hardy's also taking all these advanced science courses. Good for you, Felicia. And she's like, this is acceptable. All of this is acceptable. I'll see you at the shindig at Parker. He's like, hell yeah, you will. I'll bring my best lady with me. And she's like, yes, it's me. And then, Chad, we cut back to JJ. And he's gone, I can't wait till this is over. You know, I heard about Brock. Apparently, he's got a big scoop for me, Eddie Brock. And he's got to make up for that lizard fiasco. He kind of fucked us over with that. You know, we put a lot of resources into that. He came up with nothing. And he's apparently got a big story for us. And then, shall we cut back to what Eddie's Brock's doing? He's hanging out with fucking Spencer and Alistair Smythe and Norman Osborn. And then we get the big reveal, chat. Because, you know, Spencer, he made those little probe droid robots, but no. He's got some special plan for our webhead right here, the Spider Slayer, chat. The first Mark I Spider Slayer. He calls it the Black Widow. Impenetrable shell, chat. The only way you can get through that shell is through fucking acid. That's the only way you can get through. So you gotta, like, he's like building it, and he's gotta like pour acid into it and like put these nails and weapons on and shit. And Norman Osborn, that's fucking cool. And I guess, you know, to like legitimize the operation, we have a reporter from the Daily Bugle who will cover the entire event of the capture of Spider-Man. Andy Brock's like, fuck yeah, we will. Even though Spider-Man saved my life a day ago for me being eaten by the lizard, or very least murdered, I say, fuck him, I want the money, baby. And Norman's like, sounds good, whatever. Hey, let you take care of it, Spencer. Sure, this is gonna capture Spider-Man, no problem. Connor Hawk, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the 20 biddies. I repeat, enjoy the slow burn of Eddie Brock. Will it? Will it? Oh, I appreciate that, man. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Hope you're doing well tonight. Hello, Felicia. That's what he says. He actually says hello, Felicia. So, fucking Norman Osborn's, all right, see you guys later. I gotta go talk to my son. Not really. Harry's lame. So he goes out, chat, and he's going to the Chrysler building. It's like, that's weird. Does he have an office in the Chrysler building? I actually looked this up, chat. Does the Chrysler building, like, house anything? But it actually houses multiple companies. They have, like, multiple floors and shit. But who's in the very topmost floor, chat? Who occupies the Chrysler part, I guess. It's fucking Wilson Fisk, who is secretly the kingpin of crime, chat. The kingpin of New York. And Norman Osborn, he's answering the kingpin. He's like, hey, I got Spencer, set up there. They're going to send out the Black Widow to get Spider-Man. They're going to murder Spider-Man. Kingpin's like, the fuck yeah, you will. Because the thing is, Norman, Mr. Osborn. He doesn't say Mr. Osborn. He's like, no. You call me Mr. fucking Fisk, okay? I call you Norman. That's how this is how the relationship is, chat. This is how it is. He says, because you know what? You get one chance, Norman. If he doesn't kill Spider-Man, if I don't see his lifeless, eviscerated corpse on my incredible desk, my desk made of sheer ebony, I'm going to take your company. Because apparently Kingpin gave an impressive loan to Norman, and the Kingpin, here's collect. It's like, either I get a dead Spider-Man or I get your company. And Norman's, he's walking out and he's like, I just realized that no matter what happens, you win. And Wilson's like, that's why they call me the Kingpin, baby. Come on, you should know this. And then Norman's like, fuck! I should test that formula on myself. But later, chat, it's a different arc. And so he goes off. Meanwhile, chat, we cut to the party. The big shindig. Armored Saiyan, welcome to the stream. And thank you for the 310 biddies. We got into the poll. After this review, guys, after this review for Spider-Man, we'll go ahead and do another movie review poll. Thank you, Armored Saiyan. Hope you're doing well tonight. Julian, welcome to the stream. Josh said, thank you for the 5 biddies. I like Felicia in this show. Made love, kind of Black Cat. No, she's great. So far, this is a cool take on Felicia Hardy. This is like pre-Black Cat, too. It's like she's going to grow into that role eventually. And so, chat, we're at the big old shindig in JJ's apartment. Very opulent. It's like bullshit. He's the editor of a newspaper, okay? Like, yeah, you make some money, but you can't live in a fucking penthouse on one of the uppermost floors in New York City. Bull fucking shit. I don't believe that. He's not making millions upon millions upon millions of dollars. That's not how that works. You're editor of a newspaper. Come on. So he's like, I'm not all about this. I have that Harry Osborn kid there and that Flash Thompson kid, Felicia Hardy. And Felicia Hardy, she's smooching on Flash Thompson. The debut of Harry Osborn and Flash Thompson, chat. And apparently Felicia, she's involved somewhat with Flash. Again, we don't really get an idea if Flash is a bully, but we do later on. Everyone's talking with each other, but then who fucking walks in? And Felicia, she notices instantly those cat reflexes. That's her cat sensors somewhere tingling, chat, because she sees Peter Parker walking in, and she's like, want that, all that inside. But before she could say anything else, chat, Peter's got a lady on his arm, his best lady, as he said before, and he's got dear old Aunt May. He's getting Aunt May out of the house. Aunt May is like, oh, Peter, why'd you bring me out here? I'd rather just watch my cable news. And it's like, Aunt May, you gotta get out. You gotta experience life, okay? Stop making fucking wheat cakes. You spend a lot of money on a wheat cake mix. Stop it. And so Flash, he's like, oh, look at that old broad he's got around his arm. It's like, and Felicia's like, that's his aunt, you fucking dingus. And I think that's kind of sweet that he brought his aunt. She's watching fucking cable news the entire goddamn time. Glad she's getting out and experiencing something. That shows what a good guy Peter Parker is, Flash. And she goes, fuck him. And then she goes over to Peter. And she's like, oh, Peter, it's so great to see you. Aunt May, wonderful to see you. Can I borrow your nephew for it? She's like, oh, I guess. And she fucking takes him. And Aunt May, she fucking almost falls over and stuff. She's like, oh, Jesus. And then her and Peter, they just start dancing, chat. They're doing all sorts of things. Everyone's watching them. They're like, oh, this is okay. Two pretty people dance. You're going to pay attention, chat. Meanwhile, we fucking cut back to Norman and Eddie and the Smythes. And they're like, all right, Black Widow is good to go. Send her out. And they're fucking sending Black Widow out there, chap. Not fucking Scarlett Johansson, like a giant Black Widow mechanical spider. And that's fucking flying over the city. Meanwhile, we're following Peter and Felicia. They're dancing, and she just goes, you know what, fuck it, and she just starts smooching on Peter Parker, like right in front of Flash. Like, I thought, it's like you get the impression that her and Flash are dating. She goes, I don't give a shit, and she immediately just starts kissing Peter Parker. That man's like, oh Jesus, she's a floozy, Peter, watch out. But he doesn't. He's like, fuck this, I need this right now. My life as Spider-Man has been shit. This is perfect. He's smooching on her. Flash is like, justifiably mad. I get this. Probably what he does next isn't too good. Flash is like, fuck this. I want attention for me. And so him and Harry go down to the first floor, chat. to Flash's car. And Harry's like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, I'm going to do this. And he dresses up as Spider-Man, Chad, his hero. He's like, I'm going to get the attention now. And then, Chad, what do we see floating overhead? The fucking Spider Slayer. It's Black Widow. And Spencer's like, there's the fuck. Let's go kill him. Or let's capture him. Because he doesn't know that Norman's in league with Kingpin. He's just here to capture him. And that's it. That's all it is. And so, Flash Thompson, he's this big dick swing. Just sure cocking the chat. Just got the Spider-Man suit at waist level, but nothing underneath. Nothing over there. He's just in there walking around. Everyone's like, that's not fucking Spider-Man. But JJ's like, that's fucking Spider-Man. Get out of my apartment. Fuck you. And he's mad about it, chat. Justifiably, because he doesn't like Spider-Man. And Flash, he's just being very rude to everybody. And all of a fucking sudden, the goddamn Spider Slayer comes in. It starts blasting. Flash, he fucking panics, and he's running around. Peter's like, shit, I want to kiss, but I can't. I got to fight. And so he fucking abandons Felicia Hardy. He runs over to fucking Ant-Man. Ant-Man, come here. He's like, all right, you got to stay in this room. Don't do anything to get yourself hurt. She's like, oh, Peter. And then he leaves, Chad, and she goes back. What does she watch? Fucking cable news. She has her schedule, chat, and she will adhere to it. She's going to watch that cable news. Meanwhile, Peter, he changes into Spider-Man, and now we got Flash Thompson running away, but then Spider-Man, he's there, and he's fighting the Spider Slayer, and so Spencer's like, what the fuck is this? There's like two of them now. It's very confusing. At one point, chat, there's a whole bunch of rubble that falls, and Spencer's like, there's Spider-Man, he's in the rubble, and he fucking grabs him, chat, and he flies off, but meanwhile, chat, that was not the real Spider-Man, because we see the real Spider-Man, and he's like, fuck, I gotta go get Flash. And then, chat, we cut to the hideout of the Smives and Norman Osborn, and they bring in the Spider-Man. They bring in Spider-Man, and they're like, then he's like, we're gonna film this and everything. Gonna unmask him, and he's gonna be arrested. And so they got the whole thing playing. It's live on cable news, chat. And we got Eddie Brock. He's saying that they unmask it, and who's Spider-Man? It is Flash Thompson. Everyone goes, holy shit. That's bullshit. I know Flash is not Spider-Man. Everyone's like, no, I don't believe that. Like, no one believes it. But Eddie sure does. He's all about chat. And it's like, and we'll have the police come in here to arrest him for vigilantism before they fucking can, chat. Kingpin has sent a hit squad in there, and they just bust on through, and they're like, all right, we will kill anyone here. We're taking that body, and we're going to riddle it with bullets. And so they're grabbing Flash Thompson, Spider-Man. They fucking bitch slap Eddie Brock out of the way. They bitch slap the Smives out of the way, and Smives like, what the fuck, Norm? What is this? Norm's like, I don't know anything about this. I don't know the Kingpin. I don't know Wilson Fisk, who may or may not be the Kingpin, okay? And so, but before this all happens, chat, who drops in? Spider-Man. He drops in. He starts fighting off all of the Kingpin's guards. They're blasting everything, and it causes a huge fire, which is not good. So the factory's on fire. It's filled with all sorts of dangerous chemicals. Spencer Smythe, he's like, all right, Norman, you want to help me out for once? Take my son out of here. Just wheel him out. And Norman's like, fuck yeah, I will. And Alistair's like, no, Dad, no, I'm not leaving you. He's like, I'm going to be fine. I got a giant Spider Slayer. What's the worst that can happen? So they go out, chat. Kingpin's guards, they all get fucked up. And then Spencer, he controls the Spider Slayer to take out Spider-Man. It's also trying to get Flash too, so he gets confused. He keeps confusing either Spider-Man throughout the fight. Until Spider-Man, he uses his web cartridges to plug up the rocket, the rocket jetpack holes in the Spider, in Black Widow. And then when it tries to take off, it's like, oh, God, it kind of fucks up, and it falls. What does it fall into, chat? The only thing that can hurt it. The giant vat of acid. And that causes a massive explosion. That's going off. Fucking Peter, he grabs Flash. They run out of they web swing out of their chat. But Spencer, he's like, oh, fuck, and he fucking blows up. He blows up. The factory blows up. Alistair's like, I hope my dad's okay. Fucking huge explosion, fire. He's like, fuck, Dad. And so he's not happy, chat. Then we cut to Alistair Smythe. He's just looking over a waterway, chat. Just none too pleased. His legs don't work, and he doesn't have a dad. He's one less dad, chat. And then someone walks up behind him. He's like, you have my sympathy, son. I was a friend of your father's. And who just said that, chat? It is Wilson Fisk. Secretly, the kingpin of crime. And he's like, how the hell do you know my father? He's like, I'm going to tell you all about it. He's like, I don't want to hear it. I just want to think about my dead dad. And Wilson's like, I understand. I'm a wealthy man. I could give you the resources to take vengeance on the person that you hate most. Who is that, Alistair? Spider-Man. And then he's like, that's going to be the start of a beautiful relationship until I turn you into Abomination Monster halfway through the season. And they fucking roll off Chad Wilson. He's fucking waddling. And he's rolling Alistair Smythe off into a hover chair later on. And then, Chad, we cut back to the party, the shindig, except not party anymore. JJ's like, I am now millions of dollars in debt because my entire apartment is destroyed. Hope he has apartment insurance, chat. Hope he has some of that rental insurance on there. And then fucking Peter, he walks in. Felicia's like, you fucking left me to die. Fuck you. I take back the smooch. And I will no longer have any of your children. And she walks off. He's like, oh. And then, chat, Aunt May, she comes out of the room. And she's like, oh, Peter, where were you? I'm so glad you're safe. And he's like, oh, Aunt May, I'm glad you're okay. Like, me too. Let's have some wheat cakes. And they go back home, chat. And they have all the wheat cakes. And that, chat, is Spider-Man, the animated series, episode 2. I give it 10 out of 10 wheat cakes. It was a fun episode. Purple Canary Dan Peter can't even get close to pussy without someone on the fight. That's what happens, man. It's that Parker look. It's that iconic Parker look. Here's you going to make dinner. Have a good evening, everyone. Stranger to you, thank you so much. Have a great dinner. What you eating? I'm curious. Wheat is the wheat cakes, Peter.